Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm out and about, so that means I'm on the road. And I was going to do this video for, talking about loop chopped comment on one of the videos, right? I was going to do it like sitting in my studio with the professional cameras and stuff like that, but I just find myself not having time. And since I don't have time, I don't want to wait too long before I jump into this comment, which I thought was a pretty cool comment, and there's things I wanted to touch on with the comment. Okay, so I kind of like forgot what was in the comment, but when I first read it, I was like, all right, this is a cool comment, right? So basically, we're gonna go over it right now. So he said, I saw the Ninth Wonder video a week ago, and I agree with that. I took issues with how simple the beats were, basically, and his philosophy on like don't overthink it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, so, and that's true, man. Like the fact that he said don't overthink it with the beat making, right? When you're taking a sample, it's kind of crazy in a sense. It's like, yeah, if you find something that works, immediately just use it. Or if you get stuck and you're struggling to find ways of chopping it, but you already found one way of chopping it, well, just use it. Don't overthink it. So why not just pick up a piano, man? You know what I'm saying? Why not go get a rolling keyboard and just touch a couple keys, and if it don't work, you know what I'm saying, continue to mess around until you get a quick loop, and then once you get that one loop, just roll with it. Why not do that? Why you got to sample from somebody else who did the piano riffs already, who did the guitar riffs already, the bass guitar riffs already, or play the flute or the harp, or play any of these, a trombone, play any of these instruments already? Why are you sampling when you could literally do the same thing with being original? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying, when you put it into that perspective. But I know why they're sampling, because it's easier, because the work is already done for them. So, and all they gotta do is chop. They don't have to think about music, really. They're remixing and putting stuff together. It's crazy, man. It's literally crazy, man. And they need the inspiration to create. So when you chopping, somebody gave you an inspiration for what you're chopping. When you're sitting there at a piano, you don't know what to make. There's no inspiration unless it comes from inside of you, right? So he goes, he said, what he said, but damn, I have never met anyone with the culture. I have never met anyone within the culture that is against sampling. Yeah, it's a first time for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I am against sampling because of what Ninth Wonder. I wasn't against sampling. let's get this clear. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't against sampling until I saw those videos of Ninth Wonder disrespecting people who create originals, saying like, oh, just because you play with a keyboard, if you don't know how to play chord progressions and you're only hitting one key at a time, it's the ka-tink, and it's basically just like me hitting my pad, one pad at a time. Like, he was literally trying to play people who create original. And that's when it got me to start thinking like, yo, and I started really to deep dive into the art of sampling, and I started to find a lot of information and be like, nah, this sampling stuff is actually pretty fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? Like, number one, when he said, oh, when you hit one key at a time on the piano, it's the ka-tink, and it's equivalent to him hitting one pad at a time on whatever drum machine he has. That's not true. That was a lie. That was a fabricated story. It was a lie. When you play the piano, you're gonna play chords and you're gonna play melodies. Anybody who knows music, they know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's music. You can do it with both hands. Both hands can play chords. Both hands can play melodies. But technically, the left hand is going to play the chord, and the right hand is going to play the melody until you use both hands to play chords and both hands to play melodies. Melodies is hitting. It's like arpeggiating. It's one key at a time. So playing music when you're doing guitar is the same thing. You're strumming one string at a time until you do multiple strings, right? That's music in general. So, and the people, all those people who listen to him on those videos, they start laughing, and all the impressions that he's making on these people, that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does he get away with doing that? Why does Ninth Wonder get away with talking about people playing original, and nobody can talk about him sampling, or the sampling community, or people who sample? It's come on, yeah. It's like y'all want all the praise and glory, and then nobody can say nothing about y'all. It's crazy, man. So, yeah, so let me go back on that. So philosophy. So within the community, like sampling, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, sampling is like, now I have a whole lot of information on it now. And I don't think people should sample. Like, you gotta think about it. When you sample, you're not only sampling the song, you're sampling from equipment that you didn't pay for. You know what I'm saying? You're sampling from the studio that you wouldn't even have the money to go into to work. You're sampling from vinyl, well, then you're sampling from the vinyl companies that pressed up those records that you didn't pay for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're cheating on so many different levels. That's how I see it now. Before I would sample, or I was in like groups that would sample. Like I did the whole Flip the Sample Tuesday group, right? When we were sampling and stuff, right? I wasn't thinking negative on sampling. I was just thinking like, oh, sampling is a form of creating music. It's an art form of creating music. Like it's a way that people choose to create music, right? Do I agree with it? Do I like it? No. But I can understand it, and I can just let it be. I can just let it be for what it is. But I prefer to try to be original and just go straight from the gut with it. You know what I'm saying? And I struggle trying to create original. I'm not naturally gifted with making music, creating music. If I was naturally gifted, I would have been picked up an instrument already. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, got to keep going. He said, maybe you sampled early because you didn't. Hold on. I'm driving, trying to read. Give me a second. So maybe you sampled early on because you didn't know anything else. But too many of us, it's lifestyle. Oh, okay. So I do have something to say about that though, man. That lifestyle, where did it come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did that lifestyle come from? That's what happens is you somehow, some way got the knowledge of hip hop and how to do it, right? Like making beats, right? But where did that come from? That's somebody else's impression that they made on you. And they say, oh, this is a culture, this is a way, and this is the way to do it, and this is how you make money and stuff like that. But I'm here to say this. You don't have to do that. Like, there's options in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be down on you or be down on your mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying, just think there's other ways, man. There's other ways. Don't just limit yourself to a certain lifestyle. There's more than one way of living and more than one lifestyle. That's why Burger King came out with the slogan, "Have it your way." You know what I'm saying? You could do so many different ways. You don't have to have the burger the way that we intended for you to eat it. Remember, back in the days, when you ordered a burger, they gave you the burger the way that it was. They didn't take off the mayonnaise. They didn't take off the pickles. You order it and you bring it to your table, and if you want to take it off, you take it off yourself. That's how it started out. Then they started to have a lot of problems because people was like, yo, I can't eat this. I don't want to eat this. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm allergic to this. I'm allergic to that. So they came out with the slogan, have it your way. Now you can order whatever way you want. You want to take this off the burger? We'll take it off for you. Because there's options. People realize there's more than one way in the world. So don't just stick to one way, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lifestyle, lifestyle. All right, I'm just trying to read this. I take so much care in producing tracks to sample. Sometimes I just sample songs. Right, so when he was talking about the inspiration thing, right? Here's my thing about that. What I want you to understand for a person like me is, my mindset is the true inspiration comes from within you, not from somebody else's song. The true inspiration. So meaning like, maybe you went through some hardship. So you write a song about it. No matter if it's good or not, but you try. Just write a jingle. You know what I'm saying? Write something down on paper. Just harmonize something. That's true inspiration, man, because you're bringing out you, man. Like, the lady, Christina Perry, she wrote that song, A Jar of Hearts. Man, when she's singing that record, man, you could feel the pain that she's going through. You could feel the pain. I love that record because the way she's singing it, man. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody samples that song Jar of Hearts, it's not going to have that same impact, man, because for me, I don't see this. I'm not going to feel the same impact from your record because it didn't come like from your heart, really. You know what I'm saying? Original. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, man. I want the whole you. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, though. Like, I want like a record that comes from you. Like when I did the song Pop Shells at 'em, I was getting into drama at work. You know what I'm saying? My boss, this guy, not the boss I have now, this is the other guy, man. This guy, man, I'm telling you, man, he's one of the worst people on this earth, man. Flat out, man. And I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I went home and I started writing lyrics on the paper because I was upset at him, but I'm writing lyrics on the paper. I'm mad. And I was like, I ain't with that side talk. I ain't gonna talk. Just let off and watch these niggas somersault. I wrote that on a piece of paper. And mind you, this is at 2020, middle of COVID and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know how to rhyme. So I started rhyming in like 2020, I believe it was. I started rhyming. I didn't know how to rhyme, but I wrote lyrics on a piece of paper, man. I literally wrote lyrics on a piece of paper, and then I went in a room and I started making a beat. I said, let me start making a beat. And I started making the Pop Shells at 'em beat. And then I was like, yeah, man. Then I only had like that bar, and I was like, yo. I said, yo, what I say? I said, Pop Shells at 'em. And I was literally saying, Pop Shells at 'em. This is what I said. I said, Pop Shells at 'em. Make a nigga airwalk. Like, and when you hit them with the shells, their bodies start walking in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shells lift them off the ground. Like Neo in the Matrix type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I said, Pop Shells at 'em. Make a nigga airwalk. That's what I kept saying. So I went in a room and I recorded that on my little handheld microphone, my field recorder microphone. Then I came and took that audio and I put it in an MPC and I started hitting up. Pop Shells at 'em, make a nigga airwalk. And I said, nah, this don't sound right. So I was like, Pop Shells at 'em. Then I hit the pad again. Pop Shells at 'em. Pop Shells at 'em. Pop Shells at 'em. That's what I had. So I looped that up over the beat, and I'm listening to it. So I'm like, Pop Shells at 'em, 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 Pop Shells at 'em. That was the chorus. I later on, maybe like a month or 2 months later, I added the extra part. Pop Shells at 'em, rep your. And I said, Pop Shells at 'em, rep your gang. Pop Shells at 'em, Pop Shells at 'em, Pop Shells at 'em, rep your gang. I didn't add that rep your gang until like months later. But I said, what I said, gang. So I'm literally writing a song from my heart, man, of what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't with that side talk. Ain't gonna talk. Just let off and watch these niggas somersault. Honestly, I'm trying to build a dynasty. I'm forgetting the verse. I haven't rhymed it in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I ain't with that side talk. Ain't gonna talk. Just let off and watch these niggas somersault. Honestly, I'm trying to build a dynasty. Prophecy. Prophecy. Even Jesus wanna ride with me as time goes by. We all gotta die. So why you mad? Cause your homie in the sky. I get it, legend. He ain't get to say goodbye. But who am I? A Black Panther in disguise. My home, nigga. Welcome to my home time zone. New York is where I roam. Mind blown. Nickel plated 9 chrome 9 homes. Pop shots and crackers dome homes. And I'll never be alone. Legendary ENT. We about to make our own. way. Air it out, let it spray. I'm Denzel before he died in Training Day. Pop shells at him, pop shells at him, pop shells at him. Rep your gang, pop shells at him. Pop shells at him, pop shells at him. Rep your gang, pop shells at him. You know what I'm saying? And I do the second verse, which is like slipping my mind right now, but it'll come to me. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, but think about it. I didn't know how to rhyme, so it took me like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it took me like almost a year to get that song in my head, because I don't do the punching thing. I put the full song in my head and then I go and record it. So it took me like a year to, you know what I'm saying, write the record, do the beat, and then put the lyrics in my head and then go from there. But it's my song, cold-heartedly. I mean, some people like it, some people don't like it, but it came from me, man. And that's what I mean, like a full record from you, not sampling or getting ideas from anybody. So yeah, I hope that, you know what I'm saying, you get the gist of like how somebody like me would think. You know what I'm saying? I think about this stuff. So lifestyle sample, and sometimes I just sample a song. I just sample a song I love. You know, we get all that. You know what I'm saying? That's the inspiration, right? So, chop it up, play presets, YouTube platform. I just sample, okay. I just find quality, and that can't replace because I'm not in the same place or the culture. All right, yeah, so he went on to really talk about sampling and stuff like that, right? And like, you know, inspiration and things of that nature. They, you know, he had an assumption about my inspiration. And, you know, so I did the sampling thing for many, many years. I would sample. I sample like off of like so much stuff. I didn't sample off a vinyl record. I would sample like I was downloading stuff. You know what I mean? I was more of a downloader and sample like that way. You know what I mean? But I started sampling in 2003. I didn't stop sampling until like 2010. So I did beats 2003, 2004, 2005. Then I did beats 2007, maybe like 5-6 beats in 2007. And then I did maybe like 4 beats in 2010. And then I was done with sampling. I was done with making beats. I stopped doing music for like 10 years, like 8 to 10 years, something like that, like almost 10 years. Like fully doing music, I stopped like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? In 2010, when I came back, I did like 4 beats, and I was like, man, I'm not doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like sampling was just not in my heart, man. So I did do the sampling. I might not have sampled the way that, you know, most producers sampled, but my primary way of making beats was sampling. So all the tracks that you see people on that they did a record over one of my beats back in the days was a sample beat. You know what I'm saying? So I've been there, man. I've been in the studio listening to people rock over my sample beats. I've been in music videos. I shot music videos. I did the whole hip hop thing, man. The whole hip hop thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm embedded in the culture. You know what I'm saying? I know the culture. I know the way. I know outboard gear, I know plugins, I know studios, I know sampling, I know all the different sampling devices. I know this one gives you this type of timbre, this one gives you more of a kick when you sample, like it warms up the sample more. I know people just do chop one loop, people do micro chops, people can just sample a bass line, then they go to another track and sample something, they go to another track and sample something, and they put 3 things together from 3 totally different tracks to make something that's pretty cool. I know the whole sampling game, you know what I'm saying? But I never really caved into making it my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's a bad thing for you. You know what I'm saying? I know you said that's your lifestyle, most your lifestyle. I never gave in to like the cold-hearted say I'm going to be a sampling hip hop producer, and this is the culture. I never gave into that. In my heart, I always wanted to make original, because when I'm listening to the stuff that I like is movie. I like cinematic stuff. So when I'm listening to cinematic music in the films, most of y'all are listening to the soundtrack. I'm listening to the background score. It's a difference. The background score is what has most of the melodic stuff that it might not even have any percussion to it. It's just ambience. It sounds angelic, sounds good. That's the type of stuff I would try to sample because I loved it. And when I started to make music, I wanted to make stuff like that. But I had no knowledge. I'm a kid from the hood, no background in music, never went to like music school, anything like that. So I don't know music. But I know what I want to make, but I don't even know how to make it. And I don't even know how to use the programs that I'm using. I don't know how to use FL Studio, which was Fruity Loops back then. I don't know how to use that program. I barely even knew how to use Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I got to learn from the scratch. So you talking to a person who has to learn from the bottom. I'm sitting in my room by myself. There's no YouTube helping me with tutorials. I'm not interning anywhere. There's no musical producers around me. There's no graphic designers around me. I'm literally sitting there with these programs learning from scratch. So you got to I'm a person who learned from scratch all the way through and through, man. Through and through, even with like learning how to chop up samples. The guy only showed me one time, man, 2 times. First day I worked, he showed me, and I went home on the weekend. I put Fruity Loops on my computer, and then I went back the next day to work. It was over the weekend. I went on Monday, and he showed me a little bit more, and that was it. He never showed me again. So I'm sitting here trying to learn Fruity Loops at the time. I gotta learn it. I gotta learn how to chop. I gotta learn the program Ghost Wave that I was using to chop the samples, and I would drag it into Fruity Loops. So it's deep, man. It's deep, you know what I'm saying? So I am embedded in the culture. So, you know what I'm saying? I do feel like I feel like I have some knowledge where I can really speak on this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But not trying to knock anybody's way or anything like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think, I just wanted to give you that little history run right there, you know what I'm saying? So I am kind of cut from the same cloth, but not cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my feet in there, but I just see different. And I think there's a lot of people who don't tend to move like that. Everybody tends to move the same. So when somebody like me comes along, I'm out of place. I don't fit the bill. I don't fit like a societal norm. Like it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's abnormal. And so my passion though, I do have a passion for creating music. And I think people should have a passion for create music. I love that. It's just that my passion is I want to be original, man. Even if people don't like it and I struggle and they hate me and they dislike my video stuff, I'm still gonna do me until I get it. This is your boy 005 Dynasty. I know I skipped over most of the comment. I apologize, but I'm driving and I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time. I gotta keep it moving. Work. I got my kids. I'm doing music. I'm doing artwork, graphics. I'm working on my company, my website, my Google Analytics. I got 2 Google pages I'm running, 2 business pages. I got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even sit down and do videos that I really want to do it. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I still didn't even cut my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much happening. This is your boy 005 Dynasty though. I know this is a long one. And let me just get up out of here, man. And don't forget to Google me.